Everyone complains about dry turkey, and that's because they just ain't making it right, child. I have so many turkey recipes, but today I'm going to show you guys some fried turkey wings and how to keep these things tender and juicy. So first, I'm going to start with split turkey wings. I don't like to use the whole wing. I want to separate the drum from the flat so that these cook up evenly. Make sure those turkey wings are nice and dry because that's also going to keep them crisp. Then I'm going to inject these with some seasoned butter. That's one way to keep these nice and tender. My favorite way to make turkey wings is actually to cook them low and slow until they fall off the bone. But when you fry these at high heat, they're not going to be tender and juicy unless you inject these things with some butter. So I'm injecting 1 ounce of this marinade inside each of these turkey wings. And then I'm going to add my spices to both sides of these turkey wings. If you're having some problems getting your spices to adhere, you can rub these down in olive oil. I don't, because I'm going to season up my breading as well to make sure these are seasoned from the inside out. When it comes to breading, I use eggs and flour. And as I mentioned before, we're gonna make sure these are well seasoned. So that flour needs to be nice and seasoned on up. So I'm gonna add the spices there, give this a shake, make sure that's equally coated. And throughout that flour, I'm gonna take each of these turkey wings, dredge them in the oil, and then add them to the flour. Shake that up, make sure these are well coated, well seasoned, and then I'm going to remove these from the bag and I'm going to let these rest for 10 to 15 minutes before I fry them. This is super important because if you add them to your oil right then and there, that flour is going to fly everywhere. It's going to fly off. They're not going to be crispy, and that breading is going to end up in your pot. So while these are resting, that's when I get my oil ready. I like to use a Dutch oven because these are some big turkey wings, y'all. Cast iron, even my 12-inch cast iron, I don't typically use because I want these to actually fit. So I'm going to add my oil to my pot here. And then once that oil is around 360, 370 degrees, I'm going to add these turkey wings. I'm gonna flip them over. These take about 12 to 15 minutes to fry. Flip them over and fry up both sides. Do an internal temperature check. Make sure they're at least 165 degrees at the middle of those turkey wings. You do not want to undercook these. You want to make sure they're safe to eat, and you don't want to overcook them because you want to make sure they're juicy. Once you remove them, place them on a wire rack. Do not use paper towels. A wire rack is going to keep them crispy. If you place them on paper towels, the oil is going to seep into the paper towels